welcome back to the channel. Okay, so for this week, we're going to be talking about issues discussed in this book called Picture Us in the Light. It's by Kelly Lloyd Gilbert. She actually came to my high school last year during the spring, and so that was really cool. She signed this book. Lovely to meet you. So yeah, today we're just going to be talking a little bit about that, and the reason why I really like this book is because it's an actual representation of how high school is. I interviewed my friend Anne, and she explained it really well, I think, because she also read the book. We read it for our school book club. And so I'm going to put the clip in of her explaining that whole system.
I think something about this book that really resonates is that often when you read like a high school book, it's showing these kids, they never seem to have parents. They're always like going to parties, they're like living their life. They go to school and they're always like ditching school. They don't go to class, they don't do homework.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel realistic, and you're like, how does this even apply to my own life? And this book takes place in the Silicon Valley, and so it really manages to capture the importance of academics in our daily lives and the level of stress that puts on students. Like, yes, we're very privileged to live here. Yes, we're lucky to have these opportunities, these schools, and even like to be smart and to be successful at our schools. But at the point where you're in this high pressure environment, everything you do is like feels very important, and like you're in this constant race to like be at your best and to be better than your best, and so everything you mess up feels like you're slipping back and you're constantly racing with everyone around you. So there's a lot of competition and comparison going on, which creates a very stressful and unhealthy environment, especially because we put a lot of importance on the college we go to and the price tag. And I think that the book Picture Us in the Light really shows the problems with that and like how it impacts teens' lives and mental health.
I'm just going to give a quick summary. It's basically centered around this guy, Danny, and he's a senior, and it's about a bunch of his friends who are also seniors, and they're applying to colleges and just going through like the process of regular high school. But like his parents are great and they're very supportive, but there's something that like they're hiding. And so as the book progresses, we kind of find out more about what they're hiding, and eventually we realize that it's because they're immigrants and they're here illegally because like their green card has expired. And so that's kind of why he's been like jumping around and moving, and it's because they don't want the agents to catch up to them and make them go back to China. And so he has this dream college, RISD, and he actually gets into it. And so he's like kind of set, and his parents are super happy. And the reason why his parents are now illegal is because before he was born, he had an older sister. But his parents were immigrants from China, and when they came to America, they actually left her behind with her grandpa. But then when he died, she was kind of stolen by a neighbor and then was like illegally sold to an American family. And so they track down this American family, and they see their daughter, and they're super overjoyed. But they realize that she no longer recognizes them as her family. And so when they try to like hug her adopted parents are like, who are these creepy people, and they file a report against them. And so that's why they're constantly on the run from that. They accept that she's no longer identifies as their daughter, and they focus all their attention on Danny. Okay, so that's like Danny's personal life. But in his social life, his best friend is Henry, and he also has a good friend named Regina. And for this, he was best friends with a girl named Sandra. But currently it's him and Henry, and they do a lot of things together. So this book talks about a lot, but I would say another main point of the book was his like former friend Sandra's suicide, because it really affected the whole community. I think Danny feels slightly responsible because where they live, it's very competitive to get into college, and her parents were really tough on her, and so she was already struggling with the hard life at home. But then she also ran for president against Henry, who was Danny's best friend. And since Danny was counting the votes for who won president, he kind of fudged it a little to make Henry win. And so I feel like in a way this was also a final factor that could have caused Sandra to commit suicide.
This is an area that has a large problem like with suicide and things like that. It's a very high pressure area, and so yes, there were a lot of things in Sandra's life that like she was unhappy about, and because she was already so stressed, like it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like every small thing kind of stacks up until like one tiny thing kind of breaks you, even if it's not such a big thing. You're like, what happened, like the trigger for why she committed suicide wasn't such a big important thing, but it's just like one more thing to make her feel like she wasn't enough, like she was a failure because she was comparing herself to all these other people.
I don't feel really qualified to talk about it. I know it's a really touchy subject, and mental health and awareness is a huge issue. So if you are struggling or if you know someone, here's a number. It'll be in the description too that you can call. And please don't hesitate. Like, I'm sure you've heard this before, but there are many people in the world who do care about you, and you should have the opportunity to live out your life to the fullest. But yeah, mental health is a huge factor in a lot of people's lives, especially in high school and the stress that's put on us now. So I asked some people for ways that they de-stress.
Watch TV, watch YouTube.
Writing in a journal about their lives. Actually, I used to do that and it was very de-stressing. It just kind of took too long, so I stopped doing it. Playing an instrument like the piano. I started playing ukulele. It's really fun and I like it. Sewing.
Sleeping.
Reading a book or movie or watching one of our videos. Exercising and just being active, because I think it really clears your mind. Be outside in a relaxing environment, and that can really help de-stress you as well. I just want to say, be safe, enjoy high school, and try your best, but also don't let the stress and pressure consume you. So thank you for watching the video. I hope it was insightful in some sort of way. I do recommend this book. It's very realistic and I like it for that, but it's also like a fictional story, so I can enjoy it. If you want to learn about more morals in our media, please subscribe and comment books or movies or songs or any sort of media that you're interested in, so we can also talk about that. And we'll see you next week. Bye!